I'm Andrew Adams. I'm the National Secretary of SAFCHA, and we also look after the Natal judges of SAFCHA, and I also look after the cattle section here at the Royal Show. And we've just completed our fat steer competition that's going through into our carcass competition, which will be happening on Tuesday evening. And it was a tremendous exhibit today. We had a lot of cattle from the institutions, from Sodara College, from Owen Sithole College, and from Western Agriculture. The commercial farmers that entered, there were some very good commercial farmers that entered as well, one being Ruston Shaw from grass-fed beef, and Ferreira Bonsmara from Harrismith. And Neelius Ferreira and Ferreira Bonsmara had an incredible entry, and they were the winning animal, and this is the winning animal here. He was the champion of the yard, and we thought a very good specimen to finish the show off at this address. So we're quite excited to have such really good quality finishing off the Royal Show for 2023. So the fat steer competition is comprised of two phases. The first one is on the hoof judging, which we've done this morning, and it works out more of helping the students and helping the farmers understand more about the industry. One of the things that SAFCHA does is we concentrate heavily on the 3 E's when we judge, and that is exhibiting, entertaining, and educating. And educating is a large factor on what we strive to achieve with farmers. And what we do here is we'll look at this animal, we'll judge them, and we'll explain to the farmers then all of the finer details of this animal and where he can make money with this going forward. Then we take the animal, we take it onto the second phase of our judging, which is on the hook, and then we judge the carcass of the animal. And the carcass of the animal is judged on conformation, fat spread, dressing percentage, and weight. And we're looking then for an animal that is going to yield a lot of meat and a really good spread of fat. We're trying to get a balance between conformation and fat spread, and we are definitely achieving it, where we'll have our judges now are picking up the animal on the hoof, is also usually winning on the hook. So the system is now working very nicely, and we're quite excited to go forward with where we are. So when we're talking conformation is the amount of meat that the animal is carrying, and conformation is in 5 different parts. The best conformation is a 5 conformation, and then a 4, and then a 3, and then 2 and 1. And when we're looking at this animal here, we're looking at conformation. The small little animal is moving it through the way there. But when we're looking at conformation, we split the animal up into 3 parts. The first part is conformation on the forequarter, and the forequarter is just above the shoulder going forward onto the neck, and that's the forequarter conformation. The second point of conformation is on the back, and that is this incredible muscle that runs from the neck over the ribs and back into the hindquarter. We call that the eye muscle, and that is the back conformation, as well as the depth. And the depth it plays a really large role on dressing percentage. And then the last point is on the hindquarter, and that is what is the conformation there? If it's broad on the outer thighs, on the inner thighs, and those are the points we're looking at on conformation. So when we're judging an animal, we're judging it on fat cover and conformation. And if you look at this animal here, we look at conformation, and we score it in 5 different points. The best score is a 5 conformation, and then a 4 if you're going backwards, and then a 3 conformation, 2 and 1. This animal here is probably going to be a 4 conformation, in that it could be a little bit wider right the way through. We also judge it then in three different parts, being the neck and shoulder, and then as the first part, the second part being the back, and the third part being the hindquarter. And if you look at the neck and shoulder, you can see on the neck the muscling that's already started from the hump going down onto the shoulder and onto the neck, a very, very strong forequarter. You go to the middle piece or the back, and to look at that conformation, you can see that the muscle that runs over the back of the animal, we call that the eye muscle, and that muscle is what we are judging the animal at, and he's got a really, really strong eye muscle, as well as muscling going down the ribs, which we call spring of rib, and then also the depth of this animal. And then you're going into the hind quarter, and that's where the bum of the animal is, and there you can see we're looking at this muscle on the outside, we call it the outer thigh, as well as the rump on the top. The outer round, in other words, the piece of muscling that goes down towards the hock, and as well as on the inside of the legs, we've got the inner thighs that we're also judging on that. On top of that, we also have to compare this and balance this conformation with fat. We don't just want muscle, we want a little bit of fat as well. And we're looking for about a pencil thickness to a finger thickness of fat over the carcass. And you can see here you can't have none of the bones or the ribs are showing, and he's got a very nice, well even fat spread over the whole animal. So I think he's going to be a very good animal.